die nächste Speakerin begrüßen. Das ist die Michelle. Sie ist schon ready und sie wird euch einen tollen Vortrag zeigen. Wir haben 15 Minuten Vortrag eingeplant und danach noch ungefähr 15 Minuten für eure Fragen, die ihr direkt stellen könnt. Also, the stage is yours.
Hi. Hi. Is it okay if I do it in English? Yeah? Okay. Are you nervous? Because I am nervous. Okay, so my name is Michelle. I am Brazilian. My father is Arabic. And I am in Germany since 2010. What I will talk to you today about is navigating technology and what's the impact of soft skills in the job market nowadays, okay? If you have questions, interrupt, raise your hand. You can do it in German or in English. It's totally fine. So here you go. A bit of my background to you. I have more than 18 years of experience in technology. I have always worked in some kind of technology area. I have led more than 50 projects, both in software delivery and infrastructure delivery. I have supported more than 15 companies transforming the way they work, either within that technology or how they manage their employees or employee systems. I have led projects or supported projects across 6 countries, ranging from 50K, so 50,000 euros, up to 36 million euros. My background is quite diverse. I have worked in agro and rural business. I have worked in banking. I have worked for restaurants. I have also been a high-performance computer solution engineer. I can build data centers. I can program. I can manage a project. I can talk to my CEO, and I can talk to the business that needs support from Santander. Okay, so my area of expertise is risk and compliance, process management, customer experience, engagement management. I graduated as a system engineering, and I have a master in international trade management. I was chosen among the 50 top female leaders in 2021 by Santander with the London School of Economics. I also had my own radio program when I was 13, and I had my restaurant when I was 23. And before you think maybe that I come from a privileged family, my family have nothing. We had to work from 5 a.m. until 1 a.m. in order to put food on the table for the next day. This picture there, I took it with my husband in our balcony with our telescope before our kids broke it. So that's the moon. And what I do nowadays, I am in charge of the governance, risk, and IT compliance of the Chief Technology Officer of Santander in Germany. So why did I tell you everything? First time I share my story with someone, so thank you for your patience. What I have observed among all these years of career is that the market shifts back and forth. Sometimes we need experts, sometimes we need generalists. But now's a time as we never saw it. It's a time where we have software and software development dominating the industry as we know it, but also dominating all kinds of markets. So you don't need to be in IT and tech to need software to manage your business. And that goes from your very small business, your startup up to a full worldwide scale company. So nowadays, what happens is we need people with different profiles. We need people that are capable of talking business language, talking programming language, talking project management language, and we need people who, more than ever, are capable of bridging the gaps between the different businesses' needs, employees' needs, companies, whatever is out there that we do nowadays need technology and need people to translate it from what the problem is to what the solution should be and how do we collaborate. But that requires some soft skills. Soft skills that nowadays experts might lack a bit, although everyone has it within yourself. What is that I'm talking about? So I spoke with you about how did that work? I talked with you about the shift toward generalization, where we need people to bridge the gaps between the current business needs and the different markets and different industries. Now, we also need people who can manage, lead, understanding deep what the business problem is demanding. Let's say we need to do digital banking nowadays, right? We are all hearing about my bank is digital, that bank is digital, we have a digital account. Yeah, good. How do we do it? It's developed as any other system, but it operates different, with a different chain of technology, a different structure. Who knows that? Not many people. But with all the focusing that we have put in the last 7 years in learning cloud and learning express computing, in learning whatever Azure or other platforms, people forgot that we also need people to manage it. Not just talking language machine, but also talking the management levels that are needed in order to put a project in place and make a digital bank happen. So, my conversation is not only about women. Of course, it is about how women contribute, but I'm pretty sure that this applies to everyone. Why did we come as a female conversation? Because there are some skills that women show, but in general, we take it for granted. Like what? Bringing different perspectives. We manage on a different level. We don't do micromanagement, but we do risk management. We know that if we don't take care of every single step before something is implemented, something goes wrong, and we know the risks it runs. We know how it goes. But sometimes we are afraid of saying so. Sometimes our team wants to have a different perspective, but we are shy and we don't speak up. So, listen to that. If we have businesses that are not completely dedicated to technology, how do we make technology be present in that company? We need the people who are capable of supporting all core businesses, independent of the kind of business a company has, independent of the kind of product someone's offering, independent of the size of that company. During pandemic, 20% of the business around the world closed their doors because they were unfortunately not prepared to offer their products in the internet. And that's some basic. But it costs a lot of money and also costs knowledge. Knowledge that when you have a business to run, you cannot afford to stop and go learn something else and then come back to your management stuff. So we need people to support. When I talk about different perspectives, this is what I mean. We have different perspectives with strong communication and empathy. We can talk collaboration. We have a lot of collaboration abilities. What does that lead us to? To innovating solutions, to innovating problem solving. If we have every day a different problem, we cannot afford to try to solve that different problem with the same solution we had before. We need to innovate. How do we innovate? We innovate if we have a team that is diverse, culturally speaking, gender, all kinds of backgrounds. This is how we build a strong solution, a strong management, and a strong team. We have observed that some skills and some female skills also lead to better designing the services and designing products because of empathy. Empathy is one of the most needed skills nowadays in the market. We need to be empathetic to our customer. And our customer is not the guy, I work for Santander. It's not only the guy that go to a branch, wanted a card or to do a deposit. Our customer is our colleague that works in another team and needs our support. Our customer is the guy from HR who needs to digitalize all kinds of papers they have. Sorry, Tali. Those are our customers. If we are not empathetic to them, we cannot understand the problems. If we do not understand the problems, the solutions is going to cost more and it will be less efficient. And you are not going to have a friend at the end of the project. So, then what? Then it's also required teamwork and collaboration. So I'm telling you here is stuff that you know already because we have it. But we need to be able to use it. We need to be able to raise our voice and say it out loud. Because when we have a good teamwork and collaboration, what do? We manage cross-functional projects. We manage cross-functional solutions. That's the type of profile that the markets require nowadays. You might be the best programmer, the best project manager, the best product owner. You need to be able to bridge the gaps between your customer, your directors, your managers, your team. You need to be able to understand what they are saying in their language. I'm not talking about Portuguese or German or English. In their business language, in their developer language, in their working language. And translate that to other teams who are key to receive that kind of information and put the work forward. That leads to leadership and management, customer and relations and sales, innovation and creativity, problem solving, adaptability, ethical considerations. This is all connected. I'm not here to tell you or to speak with you about the same stuff. What I want to deliver today as a message is when we are trying to focus on what we are best, that's good. But we need to start focusing also, dedicating attention to what is not our only expertise. We need to be able to understand that as the market changes with AI, with a cloud, and whatever, the market changes together with the industry. But the industry moves fast because of all the interferences that technology has in it. But we are not moving fast enough. We need to transform. We need to take a leap. We need to assume risks and say, okay, I am an expert in Java, but I can support my team to manage that project because I am good in understanding what our customer wants to say. I am able of understanding and comprehending. I see a future. I see a risk. I can support. I see the management. We can lead without a leadership position. We can drive a change because we want to transform, and we don't need to wait for others to tell us that we can change. It's also part of being a good professional. You don't need a company to make you a good professional. You can make yourself a good professional. You go and you look, I want to be here in 5 years. And I want to dedicate myself now to cloud solutions. Good. Go be the best in cloud solutions. Don't wait on a company to support you for that. Be the best you can be because you want to be it. Not because the company is telling you now, you go do that project or you will work there. Be independent. Because when we are independent professionals, we take control of our careers. And then we can apply all the soft skills that we know that we have within ourselves and bring about a change in our company, in our community, in our daily life, with our family, with our colleagues, because it's within us. So what does the future, and this is my last slide, what does the future reserve for us? Yeah. If the technology continues changing at the pace it is changing, and it's changing much faster than the Monroe Law that we learned in the school, we need to have adaptability. We need to be able to be one step ahead, not to be anxious, but to know what is our place. And what the future reserve for us is this. Be a professional that, although with expertise in some areas, are capable of sitting with someone, looking eye to eye, not trying to be better than the person that's in front of you, being equal, and equally talking to that person, and equally peering, equally saying, I'm here, I want to support, tell me, what do you need? I will tell you how I can help. Tell me what you need, and I tell you how we can work together. That's what the market needs. Not in 5 years, but now. The market needs people empathetic, adaptable, with humility, to understand that we are all equal, and if it's not a win for all of us, no one wins. Everyone loses. So let's be the people that the market needs. Let's be the people that can bridge the gaps across the businesses, across the needs. Let's lead the transformation. Thank you.
Vielen Dank, Michelle, für den tollen Vortrag, gerade bezüglich der Wichtigkeit von unterschiedlichen Soft Skills und auch der Wichtigkeit von diversen Teams. So, jetzt würden wir die Fragerunde fürs Publikum eröffnen. Hat jemand eine Frage? Dann komme ich einmal mit
You can do questions in English, Spanish, and Portuguese, and German.
Also, ihr könnt Fragen auf jeglicher Sprache stellen, die ihr möchtet. Einmal Hand hoch. Nicht so schüchtern. Noch niemand? Okay, ja, dann fange ich jetzt einfach mal an. Du hast ja jetzt, was würdest du denn, sag ich mal, jungen Professionals raten, die sich gerne in der Karriereleiter nach oben arbeiten möchten? Also welche Tipps würdest du ihnen mit auf den Weg geben?
Okay, for the ones I know that do not speak German. She's asking what we can do, or what would I say that we can do to foster female leadership and juniors to come to a higher hierarchical position, leadership position in a company. Well, first, we cannot be afraid because of a gender And we cannot really assume that there are jobs that are dedicated to some kind of people, because there isn't. The second is, if you want to do something and somebody tells you you cannot do it, don't accept a no for answer. Because accepting no will bring you limits. Accepting there is a difference will put limits on the road that you have to trail. So, study, draw a plan, see what you need to do to develop your career, and it's basically training. Once you train, once you have a plan, find out if someone can coach you, can mentor you, can introduce you to other people. For sure, you will know someone who knows someone who knows someone, and can lead you to a contact where you can find your place to start. If you believe you are not really well connected, which I doubt, everyone has connections, look for companies that have good ISTIC, good starting career path. International companies, global companies, because those are the ones that will be able to support you, to give you the space to learn, to give you the time to accommodate yourself within your group of people, and that will accept the differences, because we are all different. I work for a company that accepts myself for what I am, and I am happy because I do what I love, and the company gives me what I need to do what I love. So if you don't have where to start, look for companies that offer a good internship, that offer a starting point for students, and you will not regret it.
Super, vielen Dank für die Tipps. Jemand Fragen von euch? Nein. Dann mache ich
No questions. Keine Frage. Wir können auch Deutsch reden, das ist gar kein Problem. Nein? Niemand? Okay.
Okay, dann habe ich noch eine andere Frage. Du hast ja vorher kurz auch deine Vita nochmal erklärt, was du alles schon gemacht hast in deinem Leben, unterschiedliche Branchen. Du hattest sogar ein eigenes Fastfood-Restaurant. Würdest du denn jetzt, wenn du, sag ich mal, in der Zeit reisen könntest, alles nochmal so machen, wie du es gemacht hast? Oder gibt es da ein paar Kleinigkeiten, die du anders machen würdest, in vielleicht einer anderen Reihenfolge?
Nein. Also, ich ändere nichts, was ist schon passiert, ist passiert. Na? What happened in the past stays in the past. No one can change it. And I wouldn't change a single thing. It's what happened that brought me here.
Okay, super, danke. Dann habe ich tatsächlich noch eine. Was müssten Unternehmen tun, du hast ja jetzt vorher auch angesprochen, wie wichtig diverse Teams sind. Was müssen Unternehmen ändern, um ein bisschen mehr in diesen Modus von diversen Teams zu kommen und das auch zu ermöglichen?
Should I translate what she asked? Yes? So what she's asking is what companies should do in order to change, to be more diverse, in order to be more inclusive. We are in fact doing a change in our company, so I can speak for the change that we are doing. To have a diverse environment, you need to foster it. Companies foster diverse environments by accepting people the way they are. It sounds romantic, and it's really problematic to be implemented, because the first thing that we need to transform and be more diverse and more inclusive is to be tolerant. So in our company, at least, because this is the most recent example that I know, people are being trained to be tolerant. People are being trained to be, to accept, to show love and respect, to not have, to show appreciation. Because we are quite quick to say when something goes wrong, but we are not as quick to say something is fine. So we are learning how to show love and respect, how to be tolerant and accept the things the way they are, change the ones we can, and work together around the ones we cannot. Being tolerant is one part. Have a diverse team is another one. We have 34 different nationalities in our company, so that helps, right? We have people from all over the world with all kinds of religions, backgrounds, and languages. And the other thing that also helps is if you find a common, at least in my opinion, if you find a common language, you cannot really be diverse and foster diversity if you don't have one language everyone can speak. And for the past 100 years, the commercial language was English. So if we want to diversify the company and to foster diversity and acceptance, that starts with the language that we speak. So that's it.
Okay, das heißt, es geht quasi erstmal darum, dass die Unternehmen intern anfangen zu akzeptieren und eine Wohlfühl-Oase zu schaffen.
Yeah, because, you know, if you have language limitations, then you have background constraints, and then you are inserted as a person, you are in an environment that you don't know the culture, you don't know the people, you don't know the language, you feel like you didn't go to school, you didn't learn how to read, everything is written in signs. That is difficult. So if you are not capable of expressing yourself the way you are, the way you would like to express yourself, nothing good comes from it. No diversity comes from it. No one in a different suit, no one in a different spectrum, no one with different lenses. And nowadays it's required to see the market with a different lens. Everyone has different lenses. Everyone has different glasses to look through. And everyone is colorful because we are different. And that difference is what builds diversity, is what builds respect. And it's in fact what makes company be richer.
Okay, vielen Dank. So, letzte Chance für eure Fragen. Ja.
If you could select one soft skill that it's more easy for women to have, and we don't take advantage of it, what should be?
If I would say...
If you would select one
soft skill
that women don't take the totally advantage to have, and it's important.
Strategy. And I did not speak about the strategy. Strategy is considered the master of all soft skills. And for us to think strategically, we need to be adaptable. We need to be able to think analytically. We need to be able to resolve conflicts. Of course, we also need to be able to work in group, in team. Because we are not alone there, no? We don't do anything alone. Even if we have our only company, we are not doing anything alone. So strategy is what I see that we could dedicate a bit more of time and of thinking, and really take a leap, take the risk of saying, okay, strategically, that idea is super powerful in the PowerPoint, but it won't work. Strategy. That's the most valuable soft skill a person can have.
Super, danke Michelle. Einen Applaus nochmal für Michelle, vielen Dank für den Vortrag. Ach, es gibt noch eine Frage. Entschuldigung.
Hi. Thank you so much for the summit. I was actually here a bit late, and from what I could pick out, I have a question. So you had
I can't hear properly, it's too noisy.
Okay. So you had spoken a bit, I came in a bit late and I have a question based on what you said. You had spoken about languages earlier on, like a few minutes ago, and you said that in a company, the language concerning the employees and the directors is not English, right? You have to speak the language that the directors know and the customers know or the clients know. Now, coming to diversity, if you have a company, especially, for example, in this part of Europe, in Germany, where, you know, the main language is German, obviously, and then English and every other thing, and you're working in a company, how do you bring this high soft skills into a diverse group? Since the language is not English, right? And you spoke about adaptability. What do you think can be implemented into a company to accept others who are from diverse backgrounds? Obviously.
That one is tricky. So you need to do it on our own. You want to promote it in a company. You start it. You will be alone for quite a few months. And then another colleague will come along. And then you will be the two of you for another couple of months. And then there will be the three of you. And then the 5 of you. And then the 20 of you. And then the 300 of you. And this is how it is done. And I tell you that because we did it in the bank. In IT, we speak English. In our company, and I see my colleagues here, our language is English. We could speak French, Italian, Chinese, Japanese, Russian, because those are people that we have in there. But the banking was speaking only German. 10 years ago when I arrived, I didn't speak a single word of German. So I was going to the meetings, taking notes, and asked them, okay, very good. Ich verstehe. Can you put that in an email? The email came in German. I went to Google Translate and I translated it. Then I went to confirm individually with the people in the meeting, my customer, my director, my team, if I got what they were trying to express, what they were saying in that meeting, that I didn't understand a thing. And I say, yeah, okay, good. But you don't speak German. No, but Google does. So then, at the end of that year, I wasn't alone in the office talking English. I had all my German colleagues speaking English because I was just A2 in German. And at the end of the next year, the board was holding meetings in English. And nowadays, our job vacancies are also published in English. There are vacancies published in German, but there are the ones in English. And you can do an interview and you can choose if you want to do it in German or in English. Did I answer? Ja?
So, super, vielen Dank, Michelle. Bist du denn, Santander hat hier auch noch irgendeinen Stand, oder?
Yeah, sorry, the merchandising. We have a stand in front of this big black wall, Santander. We are a friendly company. We speak English as main language. We have a diverse team of 34 nations. And it is, and the restaurant is cheap and amazing. It's a super company to work for. I've been working there for 14 years. I do not regret a single thing. Go visit us. Check what's the next job that you will have. What's your next move. Thank you.